Good morning, Matt Dela Cruz here with the Winning Minds Group, part of the John Maxwell team. Welcome to Mondays with Matt. Hope you had a great weekend. Looking forward to a fresh start and a fresh new week. I'm just actually getting ready to speak in the next 30 minutes to a group of people here on my new program, Building a Life of Significance. And I was sitting here thinking, I said, what a perfect time. I might as well go ahead and do my Mondays with Matt with you here at the hotel before we get started. But in Building a Life of Significance, for those of you who've never been through my program, I talk about growth. I talk about getting out of our comfort zone. And, Maslow says we either step into growth or we step back into safety. I use the terminology and the analogy of the hula hoop, that most people, our lives are about the size of a hula hoop, where once we get inside the hula hoop, we're masters of our domain. We get very comfortable. We're only aware of what's going on inside our little world, but we're not aware of what's outside of it because we don't want to take the risk, or sometimes it's that fear. But in the Building a Life of Significance, where I talk about the 4 levels of growth, we got to make sure that we're growing on purpose, because growth doesn't happen accidentally. Growth definitely doesn't happen automatically. Growth only happens on purpose. And we got to take people from survival. Some of you right now that are viewing this, I may have caught you where you're in survival mode right now, maybe a winter time, where sometimes it's too much month at the end of your money. Come on, we've all been there before. We struggle financially, we struggle in health, we struggle in all areas of our life because it's the areas that we tend to neglect, and it starts catching up to us. Level number 2 is stability. To me, I think that's where most people, most Americans, they like to be stable. It's the comfort zone, doing enough to get by, going through the motions, making a living instead of designing a lifestyle. The 3rd level is success. Obviously, our ultimate goal, and in fact, most of us have the ambition to want to be a success someday. And this is where you got to take the time and figure out, what is success to you? And the top level, I call it the top of the top, the heap of the heap. It's the pinnacle. It's actually called significance. That's where you have to sit down and start defining what is significance for you, where you live a life of intentionality. I share with mine, significance is, to me, is adding value to others wherever I am, wherever I go, every day of my life, and to live a life that matters. See, that's where I have intentionality. That's why I get from the day instead of getting through the day. So I challenge you this week. Take an idea, take a step back, figure out where you are and what you need to do to grow on purpose. So until next week, make it a great day. Live intentionally, live with passion, and let's grow on purpose. Thanks so much.